Let's go, Bo Nix. What has happened to the former five-star quarterback? And would LSU be better off playing TJ Finley? It's pretty interesting, right? So you're looking at Bo Nix, and look at how bad of a miss that throw was to a target the size of the state of Montana. And you look at the Georgia State performance where he got benched for TJ Finley. His QBR was 22. Here's another example. This is a 3rd and goal versus Georgia State. As you can tell, the score is still 3-3. And this is actually a little bit more of a difficult throw. Protection kind of breaks down. Auburn's offensive line has been really up and down so far this year. I would say they're still slightly better than LSU's, but neither are really that good. So Bo Nix rolls out to the right, and he has an opportunity to throw a touchdown pass, but he throws it way too high for number 80 to catch it. And then we get the 2nd and goal play here, the play right before the one you just saw. Here's Bo Nix back to throw. And once again, it's kind of like the play you just saw. He's trying to make something happen. They pick up these slants, and Bo Nix rolls out to his right. He's trying to make a play. And you'll see right here, he ends up getting a wide-open wide receiver in the back of the end zone. Yes, he was under pressure, but he overshoots him. Okay? You would expect your 5-star quarterback to be able to roll out and obviously make that throw. So you saw right there one throw that every quarterback should make, and Bo Nix had 2 opportunities to make a 5-star type of throw. Look at this lady back here dancing, going crazy for Georgia State, who probably should have won this game. Auburn, for those that don't know, needed a punt block for a touchdown to win this one. They had to settle for a lot of field goals. They weren't good in the red zone. And this throw looks even worse, of course, from this end zone angle. And the thing about Bo Nix that I found to be really fascinating is with all these NIL deals, he's had to do a bunch of awkward interviews. He did one with the J-Boy Show. He did one with Jim Dunaway with Next Round Live. And Bo Nix had to answer all these questions, right? And here he is once again under pressure. He's having to throw off platform. You still have to be able to make this throw in the back of the end zone. And 17, once again, a big target. He couldn't even catch it. So here's the thing about Bo Nix, right? He did these interviews, and I believe in the Next Round Live interview, I might need to re-listen to it. He said he thought he played good in this game. Really? I will say this. He did do all the interviews. He handled them with class. He talked about TJ Finley, and obviously he said he was disappointed that he was taken out of the game. Now, there's rumors, did Bo Nix get taken out of the game because he was hurt, or was it because he was playing bad? It was probably a mix of both, probably more of the latter than the former, but still, Bo Nix right now is not playing well. But there is a very fascinating twist to Bo Nix's story, and it does involve LSU. Right, so the funny thing about Bo Nix is last year versus LSU, he played his best game of his career. In fact, they asked him about it in this Next Round Live interview, and honestly, it was Bo Nix's best game ever, all things considered. There's only been... So why was Bo Nix, a quarterback who rarely posts QBRs in the 80s, able to put up a 95 QBR against LSU? Well, it's because of throws like this one, okay? Now, once again, you guys saw the defensive scheme last week against Mississippi State. This isn't going to be as technical of a film study as some of our other videos, but as I've talked about plenty of times on this channel, LSU would commit a lot of guys to the box, and what Gus Malzahn was able to do, because LSU was able to commit so many guys in the box, and because they played man coverage, they were able to get 2-for-1s on the outside. Now, I don't want to get into 2-for-1s. There was a full breakdown where we talked about 2-for-1s in our Cordell Flott offseason piece. You can watch it floating in the top right corner. But the bottom line is Gus Malzahn out-schemed LSU so badly that Bo Nix was able to throw extremely difficult touchdown passes such as this one. And yes, even though LSU had the opportunity to make the tackle, they ended up whiffing it about right here. But once again, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys committed to this run, and all they did was pull it and throw it for a touchdown. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, okay? Wherever you're watching, I think every single one of us, you can be without arms and you could find a way to throw this ball right here, okay? And once again, if you're armless, that wasn't a knock at you, but you're probably agreeing with me right now. And also, Bo Nix was able to run on LSU, okay? We lost our pass rush contain. We actually broke this play down as well in our mobile quarterback piece during the offseason. That'll be floating in the top right corner. And Bo Nix was able to run for a career-high 81 yards against LSU, a lot of which were very simple scrambles such as this one. Bo Nix was able to pick up a first down. So, here's another Bo Nix touchdown pass. Look at how clean this pocket is right here. And essentially what happened was Cordell Flott got 2 for 1. Once again, we won't break that down, but essentially what they would do is, since they knew LSU would play man coverage, they would run the defensive backs again into each other. Arkansas did the same thing. But once again, I think 10 out of 10 of us could have potentially completed this touchdown pass right here. We continue. Here was another big Bo Nix gainer. They did the same 2 for 1 blocking scheme. Easy pitch and catch. I think most of you would be able to complete it. Now we get to Bo Nix's final touchdown after LSU inexplicably punted the ball on 4th and 5 at midfield, down by a ton. Well, Gus Malzahn called a big play action. Jordan Tolles was just inserted into the game. Anthony Schwartz, who's killing it as a rookie for the... not killing it, he's doing fine, though, with the Cleveland Browns. Has elite speed. This resulted in a deep touchdown pass. So, I show you all these slides, and we go back to this one. Once again, a little blurry. And this was a throwable touchdown pass, but as you just saw, Bo Nix sailed it. Okay? So what does this mean? Well, simply put, now, full disclosure, in the LSU game, Bo Nix did make some good back shoulder throws, but probably 75 to 80% of his performance were easy throws like you just saw, right? So, if Bo Nix is the starting quarterback, you will dominate him if you make him work. Don't give him middle school, underhand, no arm passes, okay? That's the bottom line. The reason why Bo Nix put up a QBR at 95, put up career-high statistics, 300 passing yards, and, of course, the career-high 81 rushing yards is because LSU played a defensive scheme that was destroyed by Gus Malzahn and, once again, the worst SEC coach of all time, former Arkansas coach Chad Morris, who was the offensive coordinator for Auburn at the time. So, if Bo Nix is a starting quarterback, the bottom line is, whatever defensive scheme you run, just make them work for it, okay? Just don't continue to rush for and play 2-man under because, once again, it is so easy for even the worst offensive coordinator in the SEC to pick you apart, okay? That's why last year was so laughably bad. And Bo Nix will do the same thing because any quarterback could have picked that LSU defense apart. And, of course, Auburn also was able to run the football. Now, would you prefer Bo Nix compared to TJ Finley? Now, once again, this isn't going to be a deep film study. We're all ready to see Joe versus Trevor tonight if you're watching this on a Thursday. But I'm going to be brief here. Bo Nix was really, 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 really bad versus Georgia State. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as I thought. But once again, you saw him miss some throws such as this one. And to the point where, and this is no disrespect to TJ Finley, but, you know, I would have suspected that Bo Nix had a pretty long leash to perform. And the fact that he's already losing control of this starting quarterback battle lets you know that this guy isn't good. He's not good. Ironically, you go back to 2019. So, obviously, Bo Nix is known for being, in particular, bad on the road. Well, let's go back to 2019 and look at that LSU versus Auburn performance. Bo Nix was starting as a true freshman. And what I think happened in 2019 that really derailed Bo Nix's career was that he beat Justin Herbert head up Auburn versus Oregon. Well, Auburn was able to come back and win that game, more so because of Mario Cristobal just not coaching a really good game and misusing Justin Herbert. But Bo Nix threw a game-winning touchdown pass, and I think that just put out unreasonable expectations for a guy who posted a 66 QBR in that game. So, Bo Nix was never good to begin with, and I think people were just waiting for him to take that next step, something that he never was able to do. Now, you know, I know this was an ether of Bo Nix, but goodness, he is bad. And, you know, you do begin to respect for some of his flaws Max Johnson, who is on an opposite trajectory. He has gotten better. So, you know, as far as who I would prefer to start, from an LSU perspective, I hope they throw Bo Nix out there because he is not good. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Obviously, comment down below. Who do you think? Who would you rather face? Bo Nix or TJ Finley? Because when I asked this question earlier the week, I was like, okay, I would much rather play TJ Finley. But now the answer is Bo Nix. He's bad. He's really bad. But he's a good guy, though. I got to give him that. He did answer all these tough questions and all that, but he's just not a good SEC quarterback. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. We're doing pizza tonight. Let's go.